I'm going to read three poems that I've called collectively Klitova-Klinchko Kuntador. Now, Kuntador, does anyone know what a Kuntador is? It's a word for meter. And why it's interesting here is there's two kind of dominant metric patterns in these three poems, which I've kind of called Klinchko and Klitova. Klinchko is a kind of corruption, well, it is a corruption, of Klitschko. Vladimir Klitschko, specifically, the heavyweight champion of the world. And quite apart from his boxing expertise, which is the reason why I brought him into the equation here, he's also a big fan of contemporary British poetry. And like his boxing, like a lot of his boxing, the kind of poetry he likes is kind of short, sharp bursts, little incisive bursts. Klitova is a corruption of Petra Kvitova, the current Wimbledon tennis champion, and who actually was a former amateur boxer in the Czech Republic, and who is also a fan of contemporary British poetry. And like her tennis, the Klitova form involves long, sweeping movements, inconclusive. So what's it all about? It's basically about the rumble in the jungle. We've already had a reference there to Muhammad Ali. I'm going to just read, I'm not going to go into a lot of detail because some of you know about it already, but I'm going to read the first paragraph from Wikipedia about the rumble in the jungle. And it says, the Rumble in the Jungle was a historic boxing event that took place on October the 30th, 1974 in the Mai Vin Stadium in Kinshasa, Zaire, now Democratic Republic of the Congo. And it pitted the then world heavyweight champion George Foreman, who some of you may relate to the grills that he sells on TV, but he was actually a former world champion, and the challenger Muhammad Ali. And Ali actually won by knocking out Foreman in the 9th round. He didn't actually, but that's Wikipedia for you. Now, there's three poems basically. The first one is a reenactment of the Rumble in the Jungle. It's called Night Fight, and it's a reenactment that occurred in Wood Green on a Saturday night in October 2009. The second poem is actually some transcripts from a recording that took place, of a conversation that took place outside the stadium where the Rumble in the Jungle happened. We were lucky to have it. And the final one is a kind of response to the Wood Green fight from a very dear friend of mine, Hazel McAdam, who unfortunately can't be here tonight, but sends her best wishes from Aberdeen. But that's a kind of response really to Night Fight. Okay, so I don't normally do intros to my poetry, but I thought it was kind of worth it tonight. Okay, Night Fight. Slobber as the dead are dying of thirst, grinning masks, incarnal indifference, one place at a time, the turds are coming. One place at a time, the turds are coming. Millionaire shortbreads, blacken in blacktitude. The kunto of a gown, no more is everywhere. The kunto of a gown, no more is everywhere. A gang of champs is lagers rising, flatlands. Man on the floor, no body is no body. Ali Bomaye, easy as countries break. Ali Bomaye, easy as countries break. Snatch me a sweet dark kiss, a long trip to Ahab. Elmo, you king of the fat fuckers, give it bird, bird. Elmo, you king of the fat fuckers, give it bird, bird. Recoil, redeem, redeem. Ngolo, bristling. Saucering a bus, dogs operating sirens. Don't mess with wisdom, Dundee, tip it over us. Don't mess with wisdom, Dundee, tip it over us. But stay with me, cling, danced and be danced, like Muriel of the Murinals, angel of cider piss, like Muriel of the Murinals, angel of cider piss. Render him bald and bellied on a right-hand lens, the man in the rigging, at the gate, left, left, turkey ready, turkey plucked and fat, monsieur. Turkey ready, turkey plucked and fat, monsieur. Jam, it tastes so good. I only have his face. Only he rises up like a man poem. Only he rises up like a man poem in a Salt Lake City, making us sing for our pennies. Vous êtes son peuple, stern and spirals. Il n'est pas sur l'avion. His name is Toes, my honeybee. Il n'est pas sur l'avion. His name is Toes, my honeybee. Poetry for men, not boys. I, he, we become an emperor of the moon. Lucky, a three-time loser on the lucky, a three-time loser on the concrete and cold. A conversation recorded outside the May Van Stadium in Kinshasa, Zaire, on October the 31st, 1974. I should say there are some names some of you may not be familiar with here because they refer to contemporary British poets you may not be familiar with, but if you're not, jot them down and look them up because some of them are very good. W.H. Auden, Deep, deep is my fried chicken. Tennessee Williams, I said you buy one, you get one free. You buy one, you get one free. Auden, Arizona fried chicken. Mississippi fried chicken. Louisiana, last train fried chicken. James Joyce, it all goes off here, brothers. Ron Silliman, it all goes off here, brothers. Ron Silliman, it all goes off here, brothers. Hemingway, chickens fighting chickens. Jaeger, chickens paying chickens fighting chickens. Chickens fried by chickens in a desperate attempt to emulate the post-avant-garde fried chickens. Mike Weller, discreetly disguised as James Clavell's manicurist. Gorgeous Georgia, all flappy fried chicken. Jojo Mojo, Monte Carlo gun in a sling is my baby here tonight in the crowd fried chicken. Steve Willey, before his beard, before Tessa, before Open, before Alex Davis, before he kissed that girl too many times. Al fresco, al caído, al Guantanamo, al arrangio, bagram basted, sad pasted, fearful faced, Kansas City, shitty spitted, lonely lyrical, Michael Zand dittied, cozy knitted, Bristol City's flat tittied fried chicken. Johan de Witt, Tom mats for Tom Makoots in the chicken cities, choked up spit by borrowed fags, lamplit corners in silver sewage streams in sewage streams, pom-pom girls for Alan Fisher, pom-pom girls in camper van pinnies, pom-pom girls cooling urban meats. Jeff Hilson, Kentucky turdy fried chicken, Kenfucky rucky fried mindfuck, clucky for the plucky bird, a mess of a punch and the bones flying. So don't you own the mountains. Ringtone goes off. I should be so lucky, fried chicken. Marcus Sleece, an angel. Aisha is an angel. When we're pissed, Aisha is an angel. Like Britney. Like Britney's auntie's fried Ken Barbies. Like Abdul's mummy's fried samosas. Super duper easy over. Happy clappy, fried and slappy. The people of the morgue are also crappy. Except when they fight. except when they fall over, fall over. They all chant together, flied, fried, foiled, freed, fueled. Order, chicken from uncles, cousins and aunts, chicken to Scotland from the south of France, chicken for the postman, chicken for the milkman, chicken for the racist, chicken for the pimp, chicken for the copper that's paid by the pimp, chicken for the bonny man, chicken for the chellicoat, chicken for the ghoul, chicken for the gin. Oh yes. Many years later, Anthony John, dressed as an archaeologist in shorts with a shovel, picking through the ruins. They too had long balconies, a society in spectacles, fecund by the bones, sad but ready to... Okay. And finally, from Hazel, I wrote a poem about some fucking pissheads. To be honest, when you saw that brawl that night, sorry, say that again. To be honest, when I saw you brawl that night, I wasn't scarred. I laughed. It's just tiring, yet another long, narrow fret of a poem. Tired of you, actually. But I don't hate you. To be honest, quite the opposite, actually. It's quite beyond you to be a sphere or a suffix or a praxis or a schism. But to be honest, it's even a struggle to explain the absence of soldiers or of law courts, waged by women, I think. And a wise old bird once told me, or held me under a brief spell, or asked me for sex, or pushed me under water, or made me bad pasta. All I ask of you, in fact, all I urge of you, is to be difficult or complex, like a grievance propeller, deaf and offering a choice of each evil. Yet, to be honest, there are very few brutal question marks, like when a baby cries, or when a noise shatters my ejaculations in the bath, or when there is an end to the endlessness of endless politics, or when newspapers get soaked in the snow. Good. So tonight is truly the start, when Emmeline smiles at all of us, in memory of the cats and the mice and the 1,009 streets. Tonight I promise to huddle alone, on the terrace floor, with you below, my darling sots, fighting and falling on the concrete and cold. Thank you.